Good evening. BBC South East today has discovered that Bishop Wallace Benn, the Bishop of Lewes, may face disciplinary proceedings for alleged serious misconduct.
Well, it comes 3 months after we exclusively revealed that the bishop had provided significantly inaccurate information to an inquiry into 2 paedophile priests. Our Home Affairs correspondent Colin Campbell has the story.
Bishop Wallace Benn was criticised in this report for being negligent. He allowed paedophile priests Roy Cotton and Colin Pritchard to continue to work in churches in East Sussex when they posed a significant risk to children. We've now discovered that a detailed letter has been sent to Lambeth Palace stating the intention of making a formal complaint against the bishop under the clergy discipline measure.
If a clergyman is found guilty of misconduct, they have the power for anything from a rebuke, or it might be a discharge, right up to a lifelong prohibition. In other words, he is defrocked.
The bishop, who lives in Eastbourne, was unavailable for interview today. He is currently in Jerusalem. I've discovered that the formal complaint which is being put together against Bishop Wallace Benn is, we understand, being compiled by the Diocese of Chichester's own Safeguarding Advisory Group, an independent group of people which is responsible for scrutinising the safeguarding policies and measures within the Diocese of Chichester. Bishop Wallace Benn was heavily criticised in a review conducted by former High Court Judge Baroness Butler-Sloss in May. In June, the bishop issued a joint unreserved apology with the Bishop of Chichester for mistakes which may have left children vulnerable to paedophile priests. A month later, our investigations revealed that Bishop Wallace Benn had repeatedly provided significantly inaccurate information to the butler-sloss report. Bishop Wallace Benn said Roy Cotton was in a nursing home in 1999 when in fact he continued working in churches for a further 4 years. He also issued Colin Pritchard with permission to continue in ministry in 2007. At the time, Pritchard was, for the second time, subject to a police investigation. Phil Johnson was abused by both Cotton and Pritchard.
I'm generally pleased and hopeful that after all of this time that a serious investigation into these matters is finally taking place. And I hope that it will be open and transparent and inclusive and look at all the evidence and actually go some way to getting to truth and justice.
In a statement, Bishop Wallace Benn told us he's not aware of any formal complaint being laid, anyone intending to make a complaint, or any suggested basis for a complaint.
That was our Home Affairs correspondent, Colin Campbell, and he joins us live now in the studio. And Colin, what is the next stage of this process?
Well, Polly, the Diocese of Chichester's Safeguarding Advisory Group, we understand, will next week send forward their formal complaint. We understand that it's a dossier of information. The clergy discipline measure, or the CDM as it's known, is taken very seriously within the Anglican Church. Now, if it goes through all the full stages, it can take well over a year. Alternatively, the Archbishop of Canterbury could get sight of this formal complaint and dismiss it immediately. Now, there is one other very big decision that the Archbishop of Canterbury is going to have to make, and that's going to be triggered when that formal complaint arrives at his office. He's going to have to decide whether or not to suspend Bishop Wallace Benn.
OK, Colin, thank you.